Here's just a little short video on the process of adding the ambient lighting to the doors. Now, since this car did not have ambient lighting from factory, it is not pre-wired for it, so I gotta do all the wiring myself. So what I gotta do, I got me a schematic here, found out which pin goes to what. So pin 1 and pin 3 is for the ambient light. Your grounds off of another part, so the ground's already there because of that little light indicator that you have over here. But what I gotta do, make these pins, I have extra wiring left over, so I got these pins to fit in there. Now kind of run it nicely, zip tie it through, and run it through the door, poke it through here, run it to up here, to there, and hopefully I can find my way, after taking all this trim panel off, find my way through there, and all I gotta do is tap into the fuse box. Now for the doors, the LIN bus, I believe it is, it's either the LIN bus or the power wire, I think it's the LIN bus, that is different than the center consoles and all that. So your power is the same, your ground's obviously the same, but the only different on the pin part to wire into the body control modules is a different LIN connector. So you will have to add another pin into the body control module for the actual doors. There's a LIN that controls the floorboards and the consoles, and there's another LIN that controls the doors only. So you'll have to repin another connector for the door into the body control module. So here's a little diagram I'm going after. You see the door handle right here. So it's basically the same thing, 3-in-1 driver side, 3-in-1 passenger side. Since I'm using my own wiring, I wrote down what color the wires is so I know which one to run it to. So the black wire is the power, the blue wire is going to be the LIN. So as you can see, as this LIN one here goes up, this is pin 1, B6 is the connector that's on the actual door harness. So it'd be that one that's tucked right here that goes into the car. That is optional. I'm going to try to do it, wire the power up to B6, and the LIN to B6, then the power to B7. That's up to you. You can just, if you find an empty spot, just plug it in. Hopefully you know where it's at. But I'm going to try to follow this as much as I can to factory specs. So the LIN one comes out of B6 connector, and you got to run it from the door connector to the body control module, which is a connector 2280D. And it's going to be pin 38 that you want to tap that into, or put a wiring into that body control module, since there is no wiring there for pin 38. Now for the power one, CBX07, I've already added that. That just taps into your regular ambient lighting, your console, your floorboards wiring. So all you gotta just do is tap that power wire into the one that you did with the center console. Then your ground, like I said, it goes into that lock status LED. So that's already grounded. So all I have to do is just add the pin to these two for the power and LIN. Run a pin to body control module, pin 38, add that wire there. Then I just need to tap this power wire in with the ambient lighting on the floorboards of the wheel or the center console. And that's just the same step for the passenger side or driver side. You got your LIN bus right here, your little can line, that's what I call it. It goes up there, up to here. Yeah, I was looking at it wrong, I followed the wrong one. But yeah, you go here, on up, and I'll just splice right into that connector that you did for this right hand side. So the LIN bus on the door handles just taps into each other into the body control module. Your power, you'll just tap that in to pin 4 on the body control module. Same thing, so these two powers will tap in, these two can line will tap in. So hopefully that makes some sense. That's just a little progress of where I'm at right now doing the doors. My passenger side's already pre-wired for it because when I added the mirrors onto it. The passenger side came off of a 17 Fusion, I believe it was titanium. So it had the ambient lighting, all that. So all I have to do on the passenger side is run the wires from that body control module along the dash or whatever to that connector of that door, and I'll have the ambient lighting on the passenger side. For the driver's side, I could either done it an easy way, which is replace that whole door wiring harness like the passenger side was. Well, all I gotta do is run from the body control module to this connector here on the door and have it good. But they want, I believe, $93 or $95 for this whole door wiring harness. So I'm thinking, well, if I got extra wires laying around and I just look at the schematic, I can do it myself with a lot cheaper. Save myself $95 from doing that. So hopefully that kind of helps you guys out with adding the ambient lighting for the doors. Now in my previous video, if you've been following up on it, I've already got the lightings over here. That little shiny part. Don't know if you can see that too well. Already got that one here. Then the ambient light down here is already wired up to it. So all I gotta do, like I said, I added my pins. I just gotta run these wires here to this connector there, and run from this connector there to the body control module, and I'll be good to go. And that'd be basically the same thing if you want to do with the back door. That's the same thing. Run from this connector here. The back door I don't think is already pre-wired for it, so I'd have to do the same thing as my driver's side and just run the wires, run the door, and run it along through here and just tap it into these other ones, since they all the doors run to the same body control module pin layout and powers. So that's just a little progress of what I'm doing on the ambient lighting. Thanks for watching.